Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Deep Culture Podcast. I hope you guys are doing well. This is Fali, your host, and with me today, as you can see, we are in a totally different setting. We've gone out of the office to interview two wonderful individuals who have started a very unique interior design company. And I thought it would be interesting to get them on the show to share with you guys what their uniqueness and niche is all about, as well as how they got started and why they're doing this for their own unique perspectives. Alright, so without further ado, please join me in welcoming Sufi and Firdaus from Legacy Interiors to the Deep Culture Podcast. Hi guys, welcome.
Hi,
Hello,
thank you
hello.
for having us.
Hey, no problem, man. How you guys doing?
We are good.
Good?
Good. Really, really good.
Could be better.
Could be better. How's the
Yeah.
business going so far?
Trying our best to survive, I would say. Trying our
Okay.
best to survive. Bad times for everyone now.
Because of the
Yeah.
circuit breaker and all this?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. How's it affected the interior design industry?
Oh, we affected a lot.
Yeah?
Okay, because in this industry, 80% of the contractors,
Hmm.
even the suppliers, their supplies come from Malaysia, and the contractors, 80% of it are from Malaysia as well.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so when the lockdown and like the circuit breaker happened, it took a heavy impact,
Right.
a really heavy impact. Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
But I think starting to pick up at the
It's
moment?
slowly starting to pick up, but it's like because the work stopped for a while. So when it started again, everything came rushing in.
Right.
So yeah, so there were backlogs that they have to clear and everything. Yeah.
And next week, 10th of August is when the Malaysians can start coming back, right?
Yeah, but that is not really ideal lah. In an ideal sense whereby they can come in and out as and when they like. Because from what I understand that there are two categories of travelers from Malaysia.
Okay.
One allows them to come in and out every day, but they have to have a pre-approved itinerary.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have to stick to the itinerary. Yeah,
Right.
and then there's one that allows them to come in. Those that have long-term passes can come in for up to 3 months,
Okay.
but they have to take a swab test in Malaysia, certified negative. Come in, take another swab test.
Oh,
and-
twice?
Yeah.
Ui. Okay.
And go for swab test for every 2 weeks.
Right, right.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
Tough.
like
Yeah.
they're going up deep in the noses twice, man.
Yeah, man. Yeesh. Okay. So before we get all into this interior design industry, I think let's start off with a little introduction about both of you. So who would like to start first?
Me.
Yeah. Right, Mr. Zac Efron. I
No,
mean Sufi.
hell
Sufi.
no.
Okay, so we have Sufi here with us, director of Legacy.
Yes, one of the
One of the
directors.
directors
Okay.
of Legacy Interiors.
Yeah.
So share with us a bit more about yourself, man. What's your background? How did you get into interior design?
How did I get into interior design? Okay, so just backtrack a bit. I tend to find myself always arranging things in my room.
Okay.
Yes, like every day. Every day. So I always try to think of ways to make my tiny room look better. Yeah, so that's where I started looking at like houses, the inspirations on Pinterest and all that. And I started like, I should do this. I should try doing this. And okay, so back then I was working at a game store.
Okay.
I was the manager there. So I actually took up this online course from Singapore Interior Design Institute, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, so I studied for a good 6 modules, and I realized that, okay, I mean, theory can only bring me so far because this is more of a hands-on kind of job.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to take the leap, and I quit my job. And I applied for interior design job.
Okay.
Yeah, but knowing that I have no experience whatsoever, I just, let's just try. There's no harm in trying. Yeah, so I tried. I was unemployed for 5 months, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was just applying and just waiting, and at the same time still studying wherever I could. And then I got a job.
Okay.
I got a job, and they actually trained me. They trained me, and I stopped taking the course. I stopped taking the course because I don't see any point of it anymore.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean they trained me to do everything. Yeah, because I think the modules were based on the houses like internationally.
Okay.
Yeah, so in Singapore there are a lot of rules and regulations that we have to follow. Yeah, so yeah, then I got interested, and the thing about me is I like to crack my brain as much as I can.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just I feel free. doing interior design.
Mm.
I can come up with ideas. Yeah.
Express your creativity.
Yes, correct. Yes. Yeah.
Nice. We'll get back to you more on that shortly, but
Yes.
then let's also move on to Firdaus, the other director of Legacy Interiors, right?
Yeah.
Welcome, Firdaus. So, share with us a bit more about yourself, man.
I started my career as a graphic designer.
Okay.
Okay, back then, for a few years until remain a graphic designer until there was a point where the company that I worked with, it was a local SME. We were doing manufacturing.
When you say graphic designer, what kind of?
Okay, mainly like product catalogs, product brochures, product photography, the company website, stuff like that. So basically the whole spectrum of design works.
Cool.
Yeah, even exhibitions and roadshows. So,
nice. Okay.
yeah, so up to a point where, because the product was shipped globally, but locally there was no direct point of sales.
Okay.
So there was one point in time where the management decided, oh, we want to open up a retail outlet in Singapore, but we don't want to hire people to design the store.
Oh, okay.
So as the only graphic designer, I had to design a retail outlet, work with the contractors, work with the mall management and stuff like that. So that was my first foray into interior design.
And no background experience, nothing, eh?
No background.
Ooh.
I had my wife to thank for that because she's an architect. So she taught me the software, she taught me how to plan the space and construct furniture and stuff like that. Yeah, so my first foray into interior design was commercial project.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So then after that, a few years later, I got retrenched and applied for jobs with no success. The only reply came from this ID company. So that was when I started professionally going into interior design. Yeah, and that was where I met Sufi.
Okay, I see. So, interior design, you stumble upon it by chance, basically.
Yes.
But what about it is it that's keeping you in this industry?
Because the purpose is fulfilling others' needs. Because I always believe that when you fulfill others' needs, others' desires, it gives me satisfaction.
Right.
It makes me happy. It makes me happy making other people happy. So, help them to design solutions to the problems they have.
Right.
Right. Design spaces that they can fit their lifestyle in. Yeah. So that's what drives me.
Right. So yours is more catered towards like the service that you're offering.
Yes.
Whereas Sufi on the other hand is more towards expressing his creativity and all that.
Yes.
So would you guys say that you guys are similar or like extreme ends, opposites?
We are similar in a sense that we have a similar vision. We have a similar goal. We have similar goals that we work toward too.
Right.
But the approach might differ. Yeah.
Mind sharing a bit more about that? Like what you mean by differing approaches?
He said that he's not a by the book fella. Yeah, I'm a more structured and systems guy.
Process.
Process. Yeah.
I see. So how do you guys deal with that then? Like with your different approaches, how do you guys come to terms like this is where we will meet in the center?
We always feel that there's no one right way to do things. Yeah, because as long as objectives are met, things get done.
Right.
Sometimes there's shortcuts, we go for it. If there is no shortcut, we have to go by the process. Then that's just how things are supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. How did you guys form a partnership to start up Legacy Interiors?
Okay, so I met Firdaus at the previous ID job.
Right.
So, Malays being Malays, go out, smoke, yeah. So that's what we did. And we started talking, and I realized that, honestly, like, I've never been colleagues or friends with someone like older than me. So it was a first for me. And
I'm way older.
Yeah. So knowing that he's a dad and everything, like, it was interesting to know. Because I mean, it's rare for me. So we started talking, and I had a lot of questions to ask. So I approached him, and he basically taught me everything. And I realized
Not
that
everything, bro.
Yeah, not everything, but like most of it.
Right.
Yeah. So I realized that he was like by the book, like I mentioned just now, and he's very organized.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. this would be interesting if we start something on our own. We need someone organized, because I'm not organized, to be honest. In terms of paperwork, especially, I hate that.
I think my wife can
attest.
No. I think my wife will we can have something to say about the organized part.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of work, yes.
I try lah, bro.
Yeah. In terms of work, that's what I see at least. Yeah.
Okay.
And we saw the same vision. Like most of it started off with concepts like the houses. Yeah. So I showed him a few concepts, and we were like, oh shit, we have the same taste. Yeah. We could vibe, we could vibe. So that's how we started.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how I clicked with him in a way. Yeah.
What about for you, Firdaus? Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I've worked with somebody who's also much more senior than me before, just the two of us in a business, right? And because of the big gap, the generational gap, I don't think it's a generational gap for you guys, but at least for me and my mentor, was the generation gap. There were a lot of differences. Okay. So it made there was cause for worry. For you, were there any cause for worries for working with somebody as young as Sufi?
No, because him being him, I appreciate the way he has flair in the things he do, right? He puts in his own identity. He has his own way of doing things. There are certain things that, when they're comfortable doing things a certain way, there's no reason for you to hold them back. And I appreciate that he's independent most of the time. He knows what he's doing.
Right.
And I mean, he's around the age of my younger brother, so yeah, he's like a brother also lah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So working together so far has been seamless. I mean, there have been ups and downs,
of course.
But no big rift to because of the age differences or anything.
No, we put that out of the picture. Yeah, we put that out of the picture. Because I mean, age doesn't matter. Yeah, age doesn't really matter.
Basically, it's a constant dance of working according to each other's strengths. Basically, because for him, I can see that he tries to tap on my experience in the corporate world. And I mean, and on my part, I feel a responsibility to guide him to make the right decision. Yeah.
I see.
Yes.
So that's the dynamics of your relationships.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, man. Cool. Nice, wonderful. So what's okay? Let's start things off then. So, how did Legaxy Interiors come about?
Ooh. This one's one for Sufi. He tells it best.
This is deep.
This
goes
deep.
really deep. Okay, so I will explain the logo first.
Okay.
I don't know whether you guys can see it on camera, but the logo actually is basically the word legacy arranged in an inverted triangle.
Right.
The reason for the inverted triangle is for the three founders.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the logo. So the three of us started it based on a really, really big dream. Yes, because just a sidetrack, I failed my entire life.
Okay.
I failed my entire life, and I want to be someone bigger. I want to be able to leave behind a legacy.
Okay.
Yes. So we were talking about it on Telegram one night, and we were like, "Bro, that's a good name for the company." Then we were like, "Okay, let's go for legacy." So I immediately started sketching the logo. The next day, he executed the logo, and it happened. Yes.
So that quick on the spot.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's the story behind the logo and the name of the company. Yes.
And what's that vision that you have for this company?
The vision that we have. Okay, the vision that we have, you want to go for it? Okay, the vision that we have is, I believe that, okay, when you go to, let's say, a person's home, do you go to their, what is the reason you go there for? Mainly, is to meet them, right?
Right.
Like when you go into their homes, you know, okay, this is their home. Yeah, so basically what I feel interior design is actually like, okay, they come to you, they show you, okay, I want a Victorian concept or a minimalistic concept, and that's about it.
Right.
So for me, if they were to tell me that, okay, I want this concept, so I would ask, example, if it's a couple, I will ask a couple of pictures from the wife, I will ask a couple of pictures from the husband, and I will actually study them.
Study the pictures or study
Study
the couple?
their character.
Okay.
I will profile them and I will actually merge the concept that they roughly want
Right.
with their personality.
Okay.
So when you go into their homes, you will know, oh, this is their home. Like every single step you take in their house, like you know it's them. Yeah. So that's what legacy is about.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's why our motto is designing spaces that define you.
So it's like custom made for you
Yes,
as the
correct.
homeowners.
It's about their lifestyle as much as it's about them and how they use that space. Yeah.
Right. Got it. So, mind if I ask you guys this? Why interior design though? Like, from what I understand now, you have Firdaus, you're more service oriented, right? It's to provide a service for someone, to help someone. And for you, it's about leaving a legacy behind, right? Expressing your creativity, but leaving a legacy behind. So there's many ways you can do that. A lot of different industries out there. I know you stumbled upon interior design, but for you both, what is it that's making you want to step into this and further this business along?
Because frankly speaking, in Singapore, you won't run out of houses to renovate.
True.
Okay?
True.
Economically speaking.
Yeah.
So there's always opportunities for you to get to design someone's house. Yeah. But interior design itself, it opens up a lot of doors to meet different types of people.
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah.
Yep. And you learn a lot about people. You learn about people's character. It also teaches you a lot about yourself. Right. Along the way, you learn about how your limits, your creative limits, your personality, or your temper limits, emotional limits.
Right.
So it's a lot of things. I mean, I understand that you might want to ask, like, why not any other business, right? Yeah, but because that was what we started out with.
Yep.
That was where we started. Yeah, but of course we also have other goals that we want to achieve besides this. Yeah, this is just for us starting point. In the sense that once it stabilizes, then we will start moving forward, growing in other directions. Hopefully, yeah.
Nice. Okay. So Legacy Interiors for now is an interior design, but hopefully you will grow up to be more.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. So let's see. How you touched on a lot of interesting things about knowing yourself a lot more, knowing clients, getting to know people. These are all what I also consider challenges for entrepreneurs, right?
Yes.
And I think in most fields, that's what you really get from being an entrepreneur. So what were some of the challenges for you guys when you guys started up Legacy Interior?
Where do I start? Okay, I would say when we first started off, we started off with a really, really small capital. That I would say that's the first
Challenge.
Yes, first challenge. Yes. And that's where Mr. Alfian Shairan came in.
Oh,
yes.
The Arsenal dude.
Yes.
Right.
So he came in and he got us our first office.
Okay.
Yeah. He got us our first office, and he came into the industry and we started working together. Okay. Then from there, multiple challenges came. Would be how to do marketing, how to put the company out there.
Right.
Because I mean, our logo is already flashy. Yeah. So I mean, we can't just display logo. So we had to figure out the marketing part. We had to figure out the SOPs. I mean, the basics of interior design, it was already there. Yeah. So we already know what to do. So now it's about running the company.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the biggest challenge, I feel. Yeah.
How to portray the company, how to get the word out.
Right.
To the masses. Yeah.
And how did you guys overcome that?
A lot of sleepless nights.
Yes.
Understood.
I mean,
Relatable.
a lot of sleepless nights and some mistakes along the way. I mean, sometimes as a young startup, you tend to make maybe hiring mistakes, you might say, or sometimes you might work with the wrong people. you can say that we were gullible at one point, especially towards the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. So, but we learned, and now we try to, how do you call that? Make wiser decisions, I suppose.
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's okay to make mistakes because
Yeah.
it's a matter of you learning from it or no.
Right.
Yeah. So we learn from it, move on. Yeah. We don't get stuck. Yeah. We don't dwell on it.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's part and parcel of running a business. I feel. Yeah. I mean, especially for me, people would see me as a young dude. I don't even dress up formally. Like, are you sure, bro? You're a director. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. So I get looked down upon a lot. Yeah. So that's also another challenge for me personally. But he's the one that always like keeps me standing. Yeah. He always tell me it's okay. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's about enjoying the process.
Right.
Yeah. It's about enjoying the process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even though there were mistakes, there were challenges, we just get over it. Move forward. Yeah. That's about it.
Because I feel that what's done is done. You know, whatever time has passed, you won't be able to go back.
Right.
So it's just about picking up the whatever pieces is left and just move forward. Yeah.
So how did you guys get your first customers though?
First customers.
This is always important for me, if you guys don't mind sharing. First important question, because it's like whenever there's a startup that comes out, the first client is always the key.
Yes.
Once you get the first client, then it's about keeping the ball rolling.
Yes.
So how did you guys manage to get your first client?
Basically, it's a friend. It's a referral from a friend of mine. Yeah, it was his brother's place. Yeah, so that's how it all started. So I met them. They told me that they went to other ID firms and they were being pushy and because
salesy, very salesy.
yeah, very salesy. If you get the term.
Yeah.
So that's what we intend to change also. Yeah, we instead of just selling, we are actually more of designing.
Designing and educating.
Designing and educating, correct.
Okay.
Educating them on the benefits of why we are doing certain things.
What is the hope of educating them in that sense? So they understand it, or so they would?
Yes.
Just so they understand it.
Yes. So that's another challenge.
Yeah.
That is another challenge, the educating part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Since you're touching on that, let's ask this question. What's the niche of Legacy Interiors? What separates Legacy Interiors from others?
Basically, what I said just now, the designing spaces that defines you, putting yourself in the design. That's one. Secondly, I'm a very techie guy.
Okay.
So I like to actually input technology in everything that I can.
Right.
So hence smart home. So that's what I feel about interior design in Singapore. Like it's lacking in terms of all this compared to like example US, like UK. Yeah. So that's what we are trying to change.
So when you say what do you call it? Smart homes, right?
Smart home.
For me, when I first heard about it, it was like, wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I haven't heard. I heard of the Google Assistant and all this. What is it that? What do you mean by smart homes actually?
Okay, Google is common.
Google
is really common because you see it at Challenger, you see it everywhere you go.
Yeah,
even
I have
like
it at home.
yeah, exactly. So even Singtel gives out Google, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So Alexa is something rare.
What's Alexa?
Alexa is actually the same thing like Google Home, but it's Amazon. Okay, so the difference is Google is actually they just input a search engine inside.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like your Google Assistant on the phone. Yeah, something like that. So, but Alexa is actually an AI, artificial intelligence. So it's learning. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're basically Tony Stark with Jarvis. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a difference lah.
So how do you implement that into a house then?
Okay, when I say smart home, people always have a misconception of it being expensive.
Like Tony Stark.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
But it's not. It's not. It's
Okay.
basically just normal lights, and it's just you changing, like example, the light switches to a Wi-Fi compatible one.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything is just connected to your Wi-Fi. That's about it.
So then after that, it's just about like Alexa turn on the lights.
Yes.
Turn on.
You just have to configure it on your phone according to what your needs are, like your routine, your lifestyle. Yeah. Then you're ready to go.
So how did you guys stumble upon this niche? Was it something that you identified when you wanted to start up Legacy Interiors? Or was it something that after you started up Legacy Interiors and you're like, hey, I noticed that this one nobody's doing?
It was something that came along the way, right?
Yeah. But I mean, if you were to see our video intros, like when we first started, it's all about implementing us being the future. Yeah. So that's why smart home. We know that we wanted to do something
different.
Yes,
Right.
something different, something that has to do with smart home. But we have, at the start we didn't really figure it out yet. Yeah. So it took a while. There was another challenge,
Right.
and then we got it. Yeah.
Is it more costly to do a smart home as compared to like a normal house?
Not as much.
Slightly. So it's not a big contrast. So basically, anybody who wants to renovate a house, if they are willing to spend just a bit more, they can afford it.
Yes.
Wow. Interesting, guys.
Even if your current home you don't want to renovate, you just want to implement a smart home, it's possible.
Okay. And you guys provide that service as well?
Yes.
Oh, that's really cool, man. That's a really cool thing. So if you guys want to be the next Tony Stark, these are the guys to hit up.
Just hit us up. Just slide into our DMs.
Okay, so right now, it's how long has it been since you guys started Legacy Interior?
Slightly less than a year. We're going to turn one on 26th August, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. And what do you guys foresee coming after you reach that benchmark of a year? Because I think there's a statistics that most startup businesses only last for a year. After that, most of them shut down. Right? So for you guys, I'm pretty confident that you guys are going to go on. But what do you foresee after that first year?
We had that fear of the closing down part,
Right.
especially these few months.
Yeah, that's true.
But somehow we managed to convince ourselves that this is the way to go, and there's no turning back. There's no doing things halfway. You know? We managed to pull ourselves together and renew our mindsets, intentions of why we started this in the first place. Yeah. So moving forward, we have plans in place to we already started hiring.
Okay.
Yeah. So we, in a way, myself and Sufi, we can sort of, we don't have to work so hard to generate revenue for the company. We can focus more on running the company, growing the company.
Right.
In that sense, yeah.
So it's about expansion in that sense.
Yes.
Wow.
Before we expand outwards, we are expanding internally first. Yep.
That's right. Sorry. Oh, I thought you wanted to say something.
I wanted to say something, but I forgot what it was. I lost my train of thoughts. Okay, it's basically like one of the. What was the question just now? He asked.
What do we see coming?
What do we see coming? Yes. Okay. There was a point of time where, like, last year, we had plans, but the plans was obviously gone with the COVID thing happening.
It's not gone. It's like postponed.
Postponed. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not easy. That's another challenge because mentally wise, it was draining. So we tend to have like breakdowns. Emotional breakdowns, mental breakdowns, just anything.
What was going through your mind during that time? Like you said breakdowns, but what was the main cause of the breakdown?
Like, how
it
are we
was
going
a lot
to...
of frustration.
Yeah.
Frustration with the situation, and also if you're talking about the finances, it was pretty bad. At one point. Yeah.
The last 5 months have been stopped more or less, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I know a real estate agent also who's been mentioning the same thing also, like in terms of the real estate industry, a lot of it has slowed down. Yeah. So I can only expect the interior designers as well.
Yes. It's a chain reaction.
Because you have no sales coming in yet, you have to pay your suppliers and contractors for work done. You still have to pay rental,
Yeah.
So a lot of things add up. Yeah. So I think our respective partners also can attest to the breakdowns we had.
Yes. Yes. Thank you to them for like
Salute.
We got scolded a lot. Bro.
That's to be expected in relationships.
Yes.
So okay, apart from your partners playing their part and you both having each other, personally for you guys, and I think this is important message also for the viewers, what did you guys tell yourselves to give yourself the confidence to move forward, especially in this tough time? Because I think that's going to be helpful for a lot of the entrepreneurs who are listening. going through this?
I would say for me, I don't want to regret. I don't want to regret not trying my best and putting all my effort in to push through these hard times. Like knowing, okay, let's say if something bad happens and I already tried, at least I know I tried.
True.
Yeah, and if let's say I were to push through and things get better, I will look back and I'll be like, whoa, I actually did it. Yeah. So honestly, that's a very priceless feeling, I would say. Yeah. So you just have to keep telling yourself every day, don't give up, just keep pushing. Don't give up, just keep pushing. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So how about for you, Firdaus? Like, what did you tell yourself?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, because life in general has ups and downs. Yeah, so in life, in relationships, in business, there's always bound to be the bad moments, but there will be good moments. So definitely once the bad times pass, the good times will come. So it's just about just conscientiously putting in the work and just being patient to wait for the results.
Right.
Yeah.
Wonderful, yeah.
Just gotta keep pushing through the storm.
Yeah, it's about enjoying the process, actually.
Yeah, I mean you gotta enjoy, in a way, enjoy the tough times.
Yeah.
To, like you need to appreciate the tough times in order to really enjoy the good times.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what did you appreciate most during this tough time?
Well, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I learned a lot.
If you guys can see their looks, they went through a lot.
Hold on, I'm like flashing back. Hold up.
It was practically one of the best times I had.
Okay.
It was like seclusion from society. It was just me and my loved ones. So it was like a long needed break. Yeah.
Okay.
Like you could close off, from the outside world.
Yeah.
Just focus on what was important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and coincidentally, it coincided with the fasting month. Yeah, that made it a lot sweeter, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for many of us, this year was the first time, like when it came to breaking fast, we all broke fast every day together, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was definitely something special.
Yep. And it will never happen again.
I don't know.
Whether it happens again, it's up to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we want to make it happen, it will happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And how about for you, Sufi? What did you appreciate most about this?
What I appreciate most, I would say it's similar to him. Like I get to really enjoy being at home with my loved ones, and I did a lot of self-reflection, I would say. Yeah. So I learned more about myself, like how I cope with things and how to be a better person in general.
Right.
Yeah. And how to handle. I feel like being appreciated in a way by other human beings. Yeah, I think that's what is lacking. Yeah, so sometimes for me personally, I would reflect. I would reflect and think what I did wrong or what I did right, what I could have done better. So I took that whole, how long was it? 3 months?
Yeah.
2 months. 3 months.
2-3 months.
Yeah,
Wow.
the entire time, just to reflect. Yeah.
And what did you learn?
About myself.
The biggest thing that you learned, mate?
I've been eating a lot lately. A little bit too much.
Haven't we all? Okay.
Okay, seriously, like, I learned that I easily break down mentally.
Alright.
Mentally, I look down on myself too much. Yeah, so that I had to learn how to pick myself up and like, try not to break down easily. Because I don't believe in competing with other people, I compete with myself. So I really, really believe in the saying, me versus me has always been the biggest fight.
Right.
Yeah. So sometimes it drains you out, but I think it's still okay. Because at the end of the day, it makes you a better person. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now going back to the business portion, coming out of this, how is this going to be better for your clients' perspective? Because this is all to share with your clients, right? What they can expect from Legacy Interiors. So with all the self-improvements, the attentions, the appreciation you have for the tough times, what's going to come out of this now for you guys?
So now we know that, okay, Legacy is, we know what it stands for, what are the possibilities, what Legacy can actually do. We understand Legacy more. So that's why we decided to expand the team.
Right.
And the people that we hired are the ones that actually approached us. They approached us and and they told us that they're actually interested to join Legacy because of what we stand for. So that's what we realized during the circuit breaker, like we need to expand. Yeah. Okay. So hence we expand. We expanded.
So I think it also means that for clients who are listening, potential clients who are listening, they can also expect that you guys will have more free time to focus on delivering to the clients, and then you have other people doing the background work. Is that what you're saying?
No, basically we are currently we are doing the designing. Running the company.
Right.
We are doing the designing. We are managing the projects, and everything else basically.
Okay.
Running around to get the materials, running around for meetings. We are doing everything.
Right.
So we are hiring two different departments.
Yeah.
Two different departments. So one of it is just designing. So that's where the IDs are.
Okay.
And we have project managers that will manage the project on the ground.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's about delegation.
Yes.
Correct.
Better delegation, which makes it more efficient, I understand.
Yes, correct.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah, so for especially like in this case where after the circuit breaker, that would be really, really helpful. Yeah.
To get things back to where they were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Picking up the pace again. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful, man. So okay guys, so today you've heard more or less not just about Legacy Interior as a company, but also about the directors themselves. And as you know, in a company, everything about the company starts from the top. So you've gotten to know these two wonderful individuals a bit more about what their characters are like and what they can come forth and bring to you as a potential client if you're looking for smart home renovations, right? So do check them out on their respective pages. Sufi and Firdaus, do you guys have anything that maybe you want to share with the listeners and the streamers who are listening to us right now?
Okay, basically in honor of being on this podcast, it was an honor being on this podcast, being invited to this podcast, and also in honor of 2020, in prayers of 2020 to be a better year because a lot of shit has been going on, the COVID and the recent bombing that happened.
Right.
Yeah, so we actually made a promo for that. But we will release the details of the promo once this video is released.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so just look out for that. It's only special for... It's not special, what's the word? Exclusive for Fadli's viewers.
Wow.
Yes.
And your followers as well?
Yes. So basically for this episode lah. Yeah. Basically for this episode.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. So, and that will be available where?
It will be available on our page, and also should we just say the details now?
Might as well, right?
Yeah, might as well.
Special promotion for you guys just listening in today.
Okay, so the promotion is customized interior design bundle for your home starting from 20k plus a chance to win free gifts worth $2,020 in prayers of 2020 to be a better year. Okay, so this is a limited time promo, so you gotta catch it fast. So
what does that mean actually?
What does it mean? Okay, basically the reno will start from 20,000. There will be a base for it, like the stuff that will be included. Yeah, so that's the details that will be released.
Okay.
Yeah, so we will release the graphics explaining everything lah. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So we look forward to that. And if you guys want to check out more of their artwork and their portfolio, please do check out their website and
www.legacy.co.
Yeah, there you go. Link will be down in the description. Don't forget to comment also if you think that you guys are interested in what they do or want to reach out to them and have any questions for them. Right? So we'll be happy to also relay the questions to them and they'll get back to you as soon as possible. Right? So with that, I think that about wraps up today's episode.
Yep.
You guys have any last things you want to share? Maybe, okay. Since last week's episode, I made it a point that I want to give a call to action to all the listeners and the viewers who follow Deep Culture. For you guys, what would be your advice for people who are interested in interior design or who just want to give it a shot? What would be your advice to them?
As in to be an interior designer? I would say just go for it. There's nothing to be afraid of. Even if you have no experience, but if you really, really, really want something, you will work hard for it.
Right.
Yes. So doesn't mean you have zero knowledge, zero experience, you can't do it. No, there's no such thing. It's a matter of whether you want to do it, how much you want to learn, how hungry you are. Yeah.
Right.
That's how I would put it. Yep.
Wonderful.
Yeah. For me, whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter whether it's interior design or any other business, or even if you're working for someone. I mean, always define your purpose. How you are making yourself happy, how you are serving others, how are you solving people's problems, how are you contributing to society, how are you making your parents proud. You know, these are the things that we should all think about at one point in time. Yeah. So I mean, with all this purpose in mind, then you know, it gives you the drive to keep pushing forward whatever you're doing. Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't have to be just for interior design though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like anything, like any job. Okay.
Yeah, any
because
job, any business.
because happiness to me is the key. Like working and not feeling happy about it, knowing that every day at the back of your mind you're thinking this is not what I want to do in life.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to be doing this for the next 40 years. And once you reach 40 years, you realize that shit, I don't have another 10 years. Yeah.
Right.
So I would say chase after your dreams. Yeah.
Nice,
Yep.
wonderful. Thank you so much for that wonderful message. So you guys heard them. If you guys are thinking about trying your hand at interior design, do it. Give it a shot, right? As per the words of Sufi and Firdaus here, great advisors, guys. If you want to reach out to them, please do. Links will be below to connect to them.
Slide into our DMs.
Just slightly. Alright, both taken, but just try. Just try. Alright. So with that, I think that about wraps up. Thank you once again, Firdaus and
Thank you.
Sufi,
Thank you.
for welcoming
It was an
to
honor.
my pleasure. Thank you for welcoming to Legacy Interiors office. It's a beautiful office. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and to check out more, like I mentioned, links are in the description. Right. So with that, I will see you guys on the next episode of the Deep Culture Podcast. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.